This is part 2 from the last video. So the last video, I rolled with Semi. We did a 10-minute round. He's a 6-month white belt. He's 275 pounds. And we had a really good roll. So definitely go back and check out that roll. But towards the middle and end of the roll, I used an armbar position to control him and help pin him. So I just wanted to put some details from that in this video. Right now, I'm explaining to him to let go if you're in a choke, even though it's not on perfectly. So if somebody has a guillotine and they're pulling on your head, or they have a rear naked choke or a triangle or a collar choke, just because it's not in perfectly doesn't mean you should let someone wrench on your neck or your head. Because in the beginning, you don't know when you're in trouble from injury. So you think, oh, I'm toughing it out. And I'm explaining to him that Bruno, the unchokable white belt, quotes, is injured now. His shoulder is injured. And I guarantee you that's from toughing out chokes and letting people pull on it and saying, oh, well, he doesn't really have it. They might not really have it, but it would be better to tap and reset. So that's what I just explained to Semi. Or Remi the Semi. His real name is Semi, but I nicknamed him Remi the Semi. As in semi-truck, in case it's not obvious. And again, the response is, oh, well, it really wasn't in. If it really wasn't in, but you're gurgling and you're getting your head ripped off, just tap. Believe me, nobody's impressed that you're holding out. We'd be impressed if we couldn't get the position. So here I'm showing him the value of keeping the elbows off the mat. This principle is everywhere when you're on top. If you could keep somebody's elbow from getting to the mat, it sets up a lot of things and is a great overall form of control. Also, if the opponent's a lot bigger and if you feel like you're going to fall back for the armbar and he's going to stack, that's always a risk, especially when you're being outweighed by 100 pounds. But the main thing is you want to be able to stop them from getting up, because once they get up, they have all their strongest tools. So he's not even familiar with the basic arm lock position, so I'm just going to go over that with him. When you're a 6-month white belt and you've been out of shape and you're coming back, those first 6 months are very hard. And it's very hard for you to start doing an offense. But you still need to learn offensive movements and pins. So here I'm showing him that he wants to get his elbow to the mat. That's the armbar escape. Again, we want to keep his elbow off the mat. There goes Mike. He's another big guy. I think I have a video with him, but it's been a while. That's Jonathan's daughter in the background.
So you're here. So you're cupping the backs of my arms, right? You're cupping from under. Look, you're holding my arm.
So here I'm teaching that this is a position that I like personally. If you can get behind somebody and have their head resting on your lap or in between your legs, I find it very easy to control them because I'm in a north-south, so it's going to be very difficult for them to get their legs back in.
Okay, so go here. So go ahead, son, start to go. See, I'm gonna
So there I'm showing that I'm not going to let him get that grip. I'm going to fight for it, but there are ways of setting it up.
So
But first I want to show him where he's trying to go with this. So if he was to get this grip control, what is the value? So here I said, look, just hold me down using this grip control. And as you could see, I went in every direction and I had zero chance of escaping. I felt pinned. Meanwhile, he's not even using his weight properly. If he wanted to, he could smash me into a grate. Well, if he knew how. If you remember, when I was doing this position on him in the roll from the last video, I was using this position to hold him down by sprawling out and putting my weight behind his tricep. So here I'm showing if he was to rip his arm out, I'd still go right there to this position and pull up on his elbows. It's a very immobilizing strategy. Also, I could go right to the armbar Kimura setup, as you could see, from that position.
You can grab the material under the armpit. So in no-gi, we're just going to grab like this here. But in gi, you can also grab the material and pick somebody up.
It's a great position of control, the double under armpit. Especially in gi, you could grab the gi, the material of the gi there, and use it to pull somebody up and take their back. No gi, it's a little bit harder. See, that's how we would do it in no-gi. I would get a seat belt and pick him up. Again, this is what I want. Choke is waiting for me there. See, so if he rips his arm out of the armbar position, I drop my hand to his wrist, trap his arm, and take the choke a la Marcelo Garcia. BJ Penn used to do this 20 years ago. I mean, I'm sure Marcelo did it, but I remember BJ Penn doing this even before that. So thank you for watching. I hope this helps with the armbar control pin position. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. More to come with Semi.